Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. So today you join me at Teamsport Leicester for yet another members event. And that is right, in this one it is Grid Series Round 5, okay. So I've missed 2 Grid Series recently, but they take the best, obviously they take your best 4 performances and put it into the final stage of that. So right now I'm currently the second best heavyweight in this Grid Series. So even though I've missed a couple of sessions, I'm still second in that table. So now this one, guys, this Series 5 is just where I've got to just keep at it and just keep going. Okay, so we've got one more round left after this. So today you join me for that event, round 5. So practice, 3 qualifying sessions, well 3 heats, and then a big fun at the end of that. So like to the video, man, hit that like button, subscribe, not ready, without further ado, let's begin with this video. So this is practice right now, guys. So I skipped past practice because it's 5-minute practice, boring. So now it's randomised grid starts. You see on the video right now, randomised grid starts. I start dead last. So, but that's not down to timing. It's just randomised. So here we go, guys. So the lights on red. They are about to turn green any second now. We are literally just waiting. So literally I'm 1 from last right now. So what can I do? I like going last because it gives you more time to get up. Anyway, here we go. The lights are on green and away we go. So right now I'm putting dead last, okay. You know, saying guys, I like it last because I can get my way up a bit. Here we go. So now I'm on the outside leg right here. Nice and tight. In some room, giving each other some room. I take it out wide here, but look at this. So now I'm literally dead last right now. I get past Greg with ease, okay, so now I've moved a position, well, getting my position back. This is where I like, because I can now just dictate where people are going. Look at this, you got an awful start off that corner, so I come up the hill, overtaking, that's 2 positions gained, okay, 2 positions gained right now, down the hill, ready to come to the start finish line. Guys, you are smashing the likes in this go-kart video, so keep going, man, just keep going, and I'll bring you more content weekly as well, so let's flipping go. But anyway, it has all calmed down. To be fair, quite clean racing right there, quite clean racing, because obviously when you do these grid starts it can become very chaotic, but I've got to admit it came, quite smooth. So this is what you do, this is what happens, guys, with members events. Sometimes they can be very, very good, sometimes they can be very, very hectic, and today, so far so good. So no crashes, no stoppages, nice clean racing. That's what I'd like to see. So now we come down this hill again. I say, guys, I've moved up 1 position so far. So instead of second last, I'm now 3rd last. But I don't think the point mattered in the heat, in the first heat. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I try and get on the outside of him here. I try and do a bit of a switch back, but nothing happens right there. So now we are just keeping this position, making sure I do not lose any more positions. Because obviously, look at this. Oh boy, how can I overtake him? No, I can't. It's a bit very tight. What can I do here? Just got to get out wide. I close him in the inside. You know what? In my opinion, guys, very fair overtake. That room was there. That space was there, okay. I gave him room to get out of it as well, which you've seen on the video. So down below in the comments, was it a clean overtake? Anyway, I get another position because of that, so now I'm 4th from bottom. I try and get on the inside, look at that, he squeezed me out, so I just kind of give him room on the outside here, I give him room on the inside, I sort of let him know how I feel about it, because a bit naughty that was, he pushed me out the way, so I know I kept my position there. I gave him room to get out, guys, gave him room to get out, making sure I don't squeeze him in. So, in my opinion, I think he squeezed me a little bit. But we'll go at it, guys. I'm a heavyweight, so really I should not be letting that happen. I should not be letting that happen. I should be bossing that area right there. But anyway, come up this hill. Think about this guy. Look at this. He's so much quicker up the hill. So this guy's a lightweight. So the amount of weight I've got on him, I bet I have about 40 kg on him easily. 40 kg. So yeah, so that's why he's so much quicker going up the hill than I am. So guys, mental. This is the thing about these Grid Series events, you're up against a lot of people as well. Normally when you do events, it's kind of like categorised, by categories and stuff like that, but these Grid Series, you're up against anybody, and it can become quite chaotic with speed differences and stuff like that. But you know what, God, we're here for the fun, okay, we're here for the fun. You know what? So I've got a little bit of space now. Got a little bit of space. Come out to the start finish line. You know what? I've not lost any positions, and I actually gained 4 positions then, guys. So yeah, not too bad at all. So I think, you know, in that last session, I think I got. I'm gonna get my phone up for you so you can have a look. We're about to do the grid round, heat round 2, guys. Heat round 2, and look at that. I start at the front right there. Okay, I start right at the front. So guys, that first one I got P13 out of 16, so not too bad at all. So now we are starting the grid again. If you guys want to do, where we go? Come on, this first hairpin. I've lost so many positions here. Awful start from me right there. Awful start right there. So I got P13, guys, in the last heat. Okay, from 15th. So not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. So look at this. I've lost so many positions here. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Seriously, awful to racing that was. It's because I had such a bad start off the line. Okay, yeah, but you know what? I do gain some places back. I gained 2 right there. Okay, so I lost a couple of places. I've won them back, but yeah, I started P4 and I did drop down. I did get to P7 in the end, so I dropped down massively then. I have gained a couple of places. Greg in front of me right here is also a fellow heavyweight, so keeping up with Greg is vital because I can pick up points. And the slipstream right here. So look at that. I've got a massive train behind me right now. I am called the Train King at Teamsport Leicester because I don't let anyone through. Obviously, I try and make you work for it. You know, like if you are faster, I do try and let them work for it. Okay, so obviously, you know, at the end of the day, if I can't keep them behind me for too long, you know, my main job is to keep them behind me for as long as possible. So, you know what? Coming down to start finish line, coming around this first hairpin right here, and we are in fact keeping our position. So Greg is helping me as well keep straight, but people behind me are faster than us. So me and him just holding up the pack basically. See right there, that massive train right there. So yeah, so we are keeping up the keeping the train behind us. But this is the thing. Some things can happen unpredictably, okay, and you know, look, I'm getting loaded in the back, which means you're getting pushed in the back to try and egg you on a little bit. So that annoys me when I get loaded. But you know, and look at this, guys. We are now, look at this, the hill does it again. So now I do keep my position here, but the guy in front gets past both of us, but I get past Greg right now. So I lost position then, but I gained it back by overtaking Greg, who was in front of me. So not too bad at all. So a few laps later, I skipped a few laps later because nothing else happened, guys. It's just me now defending that position. Okay, so you know, look at this. I'm parking my car in the centre of the track. I'm making sure no one else can get past, okay, and you know, not too bad at all, not too bad. So you know what, pretty happy the way it's gone so far. Nothing chaotic has happened. I do make a mistake in this video further along the video, so you have to see what happens there. But yeah, I do get a bit eager and you know, a bit mad, and you'll see what happens there. But yeah, coming around to the start finish line right now, start our next lap. Okay, look at that, guys. I literally parked my car in the centre of the track right now because I know I've got to defend. And look behind me right now, look at that. I've got about 4 or 5 carts behind me battling it out for each other as well. So while they're battling, I've got a bit of a chance here to try and pull away, because if you watch in a minute, I do try and keep the racing line. Well, not the moment is right behind, but yeah, I've got 4 or 5 carts behind me. They will battling each other, guys, so it gives me a chance to just try and pull away slightly. Look at that, so close behind me. So and there we go, guys. That's heat 2 done, and then that heat right there, I got a P7 out of 16. So mid pack, not too bad. So now we are starting further back, middle of the pack right now. This is heat 3, okay, our final heat before the final race. So mid pack, I start right here. What can I do here? I try and drop the cart so I can get a good exit off the line. But you see right now, it's pulled away a little bit. People have pulled away much quicker than I have. Okay, But yeah, again, look at that. I've already gone defensive already. Already gone defensive because I know points at this time are crucial. Okay, and behind me right now, I've got one of the fastest geezers down there, Casper. He's a lightweight. He's so quick. So you know, things like that. You know, you have to try and defend that as much as you can. Try and hold him up a little bit so he uses the points that he gets. But again, guys, I'm not racing this guy, okay? You know, I am not racing this guy. I'm racing in my own category in the heavyweight league. So me holding this guy up, Casper, is pointless. But you need as many points as you can on the board, and this is what we go on. We go on points where you finish in the in the heats and everything like that. So it's important I get as many points as I can, but every time, you know, he's getting closer and closer every lap. But you look at that, I'm getting pushed in the back, not by him, but also other people that are pushing him as well. Look at that. You know, I didn't let him go through. Guys, I didn't let him go through, but because he's so quick, I didn't see him coming down the inside. And yeah, a bit of a mistake from me right there. But again, I can't keep up with this guy because again, if check already, I've already pulled away from me. So I've got literally no chance, okay, but he did get a warning sign for no contact, so not too bad at all. But yeah, so now he's gone, I can now try and chill out a bit, just defend what I have right here. I've got Chris behind me as well now, and he's pretty quick as well. So, you know, I spoke at the end of the race and saying, oh, you know, you're so hard to get past, but that's what I do. Heavyweights support their cart and centre of the track and just hope for the best, okay. And look at that, a few laps later, I'm still keeping my position. Literally, guys, in no man's land right now. In no man's land. But you see in a moment, I think you see in a minute, that. Got so many people behind me. Yeah, look at that. There's about 6 of them, 6 or 7 of them behind me right now, okay. Crazy, so, yeah. Literally, guys, I'm in literally no man's land. But somehow I'm keeping everyone behind me, which means I can get some good points on the board, you know. If I can finish mid-pack here, that would be massive points for me in the heat and final and stuff like that, and the overall scoreboard. So guys, like I say, I told you earlier, I'm second right now in the heavyweight standing. So as long as I keep, you know, if I go to the final race, I should be okay. You know, I should be okay to get second. So you'll see all that kick off in the next month when it's once a month. The last heat is in June. No, in May. Might be June. Yeah, it might be June, guys. I think we've got 2 more, but I'm not too sure. But you'll see what happens at the end of everything, okay? You'll see is lift the trophy and everything like that. That's when I do get, you know, top 3. That's when I do get top 3. But so far, so good. But stick around, guys. If you're watching the video channel, stick around. The next couple of months, you'll see what happens. And then BRKC starts, guys. BRKC British Indoor Karting Championships. Our location is closing down for 2 weeks before all this kicks off to get electric karts, guys. So that is right. So it's quite an exciting time for us go-kart enthusiasts, okay? We are getting electric karts, okay? We are literally one of, I think, like 4 locations left who do not have electrics. And we do, you know, we're finally getting them, guys. So there we go. Enough yapping. We are now in the final race, guys. So in that heat, I finished P9 out of 16. So you know what? Not too bad. So this is the final race, guys. This is where it matters points, okay? And where you finish in the table. Okay, so yeah. So now, it's the final race, guys. The last one will be the way we go. Get off to a fairly decent start right here. The final race. The final 15 minutes, guys. Okay, so this is a big race right here. So I like it on this side because I literally get the inside. The inside is the most important part. If you get the inside on that first corner, you're guaranteed to keep your position going through to the next lap. Okay, so look at that. I've gained no positions, but lost no positions as well. Okay, so now the one in front of me and the one in front of that guy, he's Phil, and he is leading the heavyweight category. Okay, so you know, I think he's already won it in my opinion. So it's just down to me now to keep the guys who are behind me in 3rd, 4th and 5th and 6th and so on. Okay, so right now I'm currently in 2nd place in the standing. So as long as I get some good points here and in the final race next month, okay, I should be alright. I should be okay. So yeah. So again, in no man's land again. I'm just literally defending as much as I can because I know points here matter, okay? And yeah, guys, if you're liking the video so far, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not. And look at that. I'm literally keeping the racing line, okay? I'm keeping the racing line. Because, you know, if you defend, say guys, if you defend when there's no need to defend, you lose a lot of time on the ones in front. So if you stick to the racing line, but you don't need to defend, you should keep up to the ones in front. That is what's happening right here. I'm keeping up because I'm taking the racing line. Okay, so Phil, I spoke to you guys about him. He's won the heavyweight league already, so he's just defending the ones behind him, me as well. So I can't get past him. I'm going in front of me. You know, something happens in this race that I probably shouldn't have done. But you know, I wanted to get as close to Phil as I could. Alright, and you know, pick up more points as I can. You'll see what happens here. But guys, don't forget this is edited, so all these obviously real times is not added up. So I've literally cut out a few laps here. So now obviously more time has gone on. So now I'm getting more and more frustrated because I can't see. You know, literally just racing in a circle basically. You know, no overtaking, no carnage. You know what, guys, there's not racing without carnage. So you'll see what happens here in a few laps time, okay? And yeah, so look at that, guys. You see the video, I'm literally just behind this guy. I've been behind these guys since the start of the race, and you see, imagine how annoying it can be just sitting behind someone, okay? So here we go. I think it might be this lap, but the next lap after, I'm making sure I've not got anyone behind me right here. So it could be here, guys. Look at this. So he took it wide, this guy. He took it wide. And oh no, I pushed him sideways. And I tried to just make sure that there was a position, but the guy in front of me has lost time to Phil because I've got a bit over the top here. But you know what, he left it open, guys. You know, I did try and back out of that situation, but because I had a guy inside of me as well, I didn't want to break down, you know, I don't want to break too much and lose that position because the guy behind me is also a heavyweight, so I cannot lose that position. So I tried a sneaky move, you know, I tried a sneaky move, guys. It didn't pay off, you know, so I do apologise for that. But you know, he did leave it open, and I thought I could go for it quickly before he came back in. But he obviously turned into me while I was trying to overtake him. You know, not his fault, it's my fault, that one. I take full responsibility, guys. So do not worry, don't hammer me in the comments. It's not my fault. But yeah, because of that, guys, we're lost Phil right now. So it's just us now to trying to keep that momentum going, so I can keep my position and make sure I do not get overtaken by another guy who's in my category. So a few laps later, guys, we've in fact caught up to Phil. I think me and the guy in front were working together to try and get our lines, okay, and yeah, just keep up with him. So in the end, you know, we kept up with him. Guys, and that is the main part. But yeah, awful racing that was. You know, I did try a little sneaky overtake, but it didn't work. And that's what happens in racing. You know, you have to try things. It doesn't pay off. You take full responsibility and go again, or you can just keep trying. And you know, sort of lose position. So I just kept my position here. You see what now? I've backed off to make sure I do not lose anything else. So I backed. Saying that, I've caught up again, but you know, I am not deliberately trying to overtake him. I'm just keeping my position. And there we go, guys. That's the end. Okay, so in that heat, I got 12 out of 16. So I kept 3 heavyweights behind me in that race. Not too bad at all, guys. So I got P12. Some good points on the board, guys. So like today's video, hit that like button. Subscribe for another video. See you guys next week for a brand new one. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next racing video. Let's go.